Hi everyone, it's Andrea, and today I'm going to show you all how to draw a cartoon doctor like the one I did right here. Now, as you all know, due to current events with the pandemic, a lot of us are staying indoors, but there's some professionals that are still out and working, and among those are doctors and nurses. And that's really brave of them because while they're risking getting sick, getting COVID-19, they're still out there because they're taking care of those who are sick. So today, to honor them, I'm going to show you how to draw a doctor. So let's get started. All right, to get started with drawing our doctor, we need to have a pencil sharpener, a pencil, and also an eraser. You might remember this from my last video, but I always prefer to start with a pencil, so that way if I make a mistake, I can always erase it. Now to get started, we're gonna draw the shape of his head or her head. For my example, right now, I'm going to draw a girl, so we have an idea of what a girl doctor can also look like. Now the shape of the head is kind of like an oval, and you wanna have it somewhere in the middle of your paper, but a little closer to the top. So let's make a nice oval shaped head. Remember, the bigger your oval is, the bigger the head will be, so make sure you draw it the size you want the head to be. If you have to, you can make a few short light strokes and then press harder once you know exactly what you want the head to look like. All right, there we go. Now next, to draw the hat, we want to draw a little curved line that's closer to the top. That's going to be the top of the cap that they wear. The caps that they wear keeps their hair from escaping and also helps it stay out of the way. All right, there we go. Now we are going to draw the eyes. Now to make the brows, because it looks like they're making an angry, ready to fight expression, we want to draw the eyebrows in a slant. They kind of make a V shape. So somewhere where you want the brows to be, make one half of a V, right there, and then make the other half of a V, but don't make those two lines touch in the middle, right there. Now let's draw two half circles toward the bottom of each line. So now it'll look like there's a B and there's a D pointing away from each other. Now that we've drawn the eyes and the brows, we are going to draw the pupils. And to draw the pupils, we're going to draw one circle right here. That's where the color of the eye is going to be, like brown or blue. And then draw another circle inside it. You want to make it a little darker. There we go. Now let's draw the other pupil in the other eye. And then draw the other circle inside that eye. Now, because I want to make a girl for this one, I'm going to give her some eyelashes. Just draw some short curved lines on the sides of the eyes. I'm going to draw two, but if you want to make it 3 or 4, go right ahead. Now, I'm going to draw the ears. Now, for the ears, they're going to look like two C-shaped lines. There's one C-shaped line right here, and then we're going to draw another C-shaped line inside it. That's going to be the inside of the ear. Now, let's erase the line that's between the ear and the head, and then draw another C-shaped line to draw the side of the hairline that's disappearing under that cap. Now, one thing you might notice over here to make our doctors look more like ninjas, I drew a tie of a little sash that's up behind the hat to make the doctor look more like a ninja. So to do that, you want to draw a half a circle towards the bottom of the cap, somewhere above the ear. And then you're going to draw two S-shaped lines that come out from the bottom of that half circle. Right there. Almost looks like they have octopus tentacles. But now we're going to draw another S-shaped line on each side that comes back down to that half circle. All right. Now we have that right there. Now we need to add the mask. We need to have our doctors protecting their faces. So right now we're going to draw the shape of the mask. Now the mask is going to be a little bit like a rectangle, but it's going to be curved on the sides. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a scooped line that goes over and then back down, almost like a little hill, because that's going to be where the nose is hidden. And then we're going to draw two more curved lines that go down toward the bottom of the face. All right, once we have that done, let's draw two lines. These are going to be the folds in the face mask. If you want to make it more, make it 3 or 4 folds. Usually masks in real life have lots of folds. Go right ahead. I'll add a few more. There we go. But now, you might remember that the face masks, they aren't just floating on the doctor's faces. They have strings that attach them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw one line that connects this corner of the mask to somewhere on the other side of the face. We can't see the ear, but it's somewhere behind this part of the head. And then I'm gonna draw 2 more strings that go above the ear right there, and another string that goes from the bottom of the mask somewhere over here to under the ear. That's gonna be the ear loops. So that way the mask stays up. Now next, we are going to start drawing the body. Now to draw the top of what he's wearing, or she, we are going to draw a square body to start making the shirt. I'm gonna draw 2 straight lines coming out from under the head. Now to make the bottom of the scrubs, that's what they wear, I'm gonna make a slightly curved line right there. Now I also want to add the neckline, which makes a little V shape somewhere under the chin. Draw a little V shape. There we go. Now we want to draw the sleeves, and they're going to look like squares that are sticking out of the shirt. One over here, and one over there. Here we go. Now, before we start adding any extra details, we want to finish the legs. Now, one letter that we're going to use to make that one bent knee, we're going to draw the letter L. So I'm going to draw an L that starts from this side of the shirt and goes down. And then, as soon as I have that knee right where I want it, I'm going to draw the bottom of my L. Now, let's decide where we want that one leg to stop. I want to draw it right here. So I'm going to draw another L. It's going to be a little smaller, and draw it above the other L that I made. Now let's close it. So now we have the first leg. But now we don't just have one leg, we have that one leg that's bent and the other one that's raised like it's about to kick something. Now we're gonna draw a straight line that goes out underneath. One thing you wanna do to make sure that the legs are the same length, why don't you use your fingers to measure the leg from the knee to the hip and also from the knee to the ankle to decide if this leg that we're drawing up here is the same length. Let's see, from here to here. All right, that's the length that we want. So now draw the ankle right here, and then draw another straight line that goes from the side of the shirt all the way to the ankle of the pants. There we go. Now we're going to draw the skin of the ankles. So we're going to draw teeny tiny rectangles that are coming out from the pants. And then to draw the shoes, we're going to draw the letter D. Now you don't want to draw the D right in the middle of the ankle because the foot's a lot longer on one side and we just have the round ankle over here. So let's draw the letter D and then close it, and then draw the other letter D, and then close it. Now to draw the soles of the shoes, we are going to draw bumpy, wavy lines that go underneath. And then we're going to draw a couple of curved rectangles on the top of the shoes. These could be Velcro straps. I'm sure that lots of you, to make it a little easier than having to tie your shoelaces every day, you have Velcro straps on your shoes, or maybe they're just laces that are crossed over the shoe, and that's fine. And you can color those however you want when you're done. Now, we are going to draw the stethoscope. That's what the doctor uses to hear your heartbeat. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw the bottom part that the doctor places over your heart. It's gonna be around his or her neck. We're going to draw a curved line right here. Remember, when we color this in, we're gonna want that to be as bold as possible. And then we're gonna draw a nice circle right here, and then draw a slightly smaller circle on the inside. Now that's just one end. Now we have to draw the part that goes in the ears. So we're gonna draw another curved line that goes over here, and then we're gonna draw a U-shaped line on the end of that line we just drew. Now because we're gonna be coloring this part in gray, we are going to draw another U-shaped line on the inside. Make sure there's enough space so that you can color it gray when you are done drawing. And then let's draw 2 little circles on each end. It kind of looks like a horseshoe, doesn't it? Now you don't have to do this yet, but I want to make it bold enough. I'm going to take my pencil and I am going to go over each of those lines slowly, back and forth, so it looks like it's a nice black cord. And then also do the same over here with the line that's connecting to the earpiece. There we are. Now I'm going to start to add some texture in the scrubs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil and draw some short little lines on the bottom of the pants, on the sleeves, on the bottom of the shirt, and around the neckline. Here we go. Now we're going to move on to the arms. Now for this arm, that's really important. It's going to be going straight out, but it's going to go a little bit farther up. So we'll have enough room for our spray can. So let's draw a straight line coming out from under the head that goes up. Make sure this is straight. And then we're going to draw another line that goes straight out. Now this is going to be a little tricky. We're going to draw the hand in a position so that it's pressing the top of that spray can. Now the finger on top, it's going to make a backwards 7 shape. So let's draw what looks kind of like a backwards 7, and then draw a little U-shaped line on the end, and then bring it back, and then that's the top finger. And then to make the thumb, we're going to draw another U-shaped line that's going to be holding that spray can, and then draw the curve of the palm with a slight C shape coming back to the wrist. Here we go. And remember, the doctors, they have to be wearing gloves, especially nowadays, so let's draw a line that separates the glove from the rest of the arm. Now let's draw the spray can. The spray can has a rectangle shape, but before we get to that, we have to draw the smaller rectangle shape at the top. And then you can see where the spray is coming from. There's a little dot right here where it comes out. That's a disinfectant. And then we're going to draw a longer rectangle that's coming out the bottom. All right, this is going to be the bottle of disinfectant. Every day when doctors have new visitors, they have to disinfect everything so that way germs don't spread and fewer people are getting sicker. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to draw that little COVID-19 virus germ right here, but we have to make that somewhere in the middle. What we're going to do, we're going to first draw a tiny circle. There we go. We're going to color that green afterward, but it's not just a perfect circle. There are little doorknob-shaped pieces coming out of it. So everyone, just make a little funky loop that comes out one area, and then the other, and then the other, and make them come out all the way around. Here we go. I'm not sure how many of you have ever seen the Shrek movies, but kind of looks like Shrek's head, only he's got those ears all around his head. Now that we've drawn our little germ right there, we're going to draw a big red circle with a line through it because this is going to kill those germs. We're going to draw another circle that's big, goes around that germ we just drew, and then draw one line. Though if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to draw 2 lines to make a big red X over that germ. Now, to make the cloud and the mist, we're going to draw a V-shaped line that's coming out of that dot that we drew at the top of the spray can, and then draw a couple more lines coming out in between, so it looks like a skinnier V. Now we want to make it look like this nice cloud of disinfecting spray. How many of you have ever used the number 3 to draw a cloud? If you've ever had me in art class, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to draw the number 3, kind of looks backwards right now, but then I'm going to draw another 3 underneath it, then another, and then another. There we go. So now I'm going to draw a smaller cloud like this using the number 3 again. You can make as many as you want. You can make one big cloud over here, or you can make a bunch of teeny tiny ones. The number 3, whenever you're drawing something like a cloud or maybe even a sheep's coat, the number 3 will be your best friend to make it look poofy. Even make some that are going behind the other clouds that you've made. Make a teeny one up here. All right, we're all done with that can of disinfectant spray. Now we need to draw the other arm. Now for the other, I want to make sure the arms are just about the same length, so I'm going to make this side of the arm a little shorter. And to keep the lower arm where the wrist is away from the head, I'm going to angle it a bit more. So it looks more like an L that's leaning away. There we go. Now let's take a look here. Are they about the same length? Whoop, there we go. Now we just have to draw the thumb on the that's holding the clipboard. So for this, we're going to use the upside down U-shaped line to draw that thumb that's holding the clipboard. There we go. And then we're going to draw a C-shaped line to draw part of the palm. There we go. Now we're going to be drawing the clipboard. That's the last thing that our doctor is going to be holding. And I'm going to make this a little slanted because right now, doing that air kick, no one's going to be holding that clipboard perfectly straight up and down. So I'm going to draw a slanted line right here. Then I'm going to draw the top and then the bottom of the clipboard, and then draw that side. Here we go. One thing that clipboard has to be holding is a piece of paper, but first we need to draw that clip at the top. There's always that silver clip, sometimes it's plastic, that's holding that paper in place. They have a lot of important information that they need to hold on that clipboard about the patients that they're going to see and what each patient needs. So now we're going to draw that sheet of paper by drawing a straight line that goes under that clip, And then draw the sides of that paper going down the clipboard. There we go. Now let's write some things on it. We're just going to draw some lines. One thing I did for my male doctor, I drew straight lines to make the fake writing, but you could also draw wavy lines. You know how some print looks a little wavy when there's cursive or print? You go right ahead. If you want to use wavy lines to make the print on the clipboard or straight, you do whatever feels right. But now, we have to draw that little loop on top. So we're going to draw an upside down U with a little circle. Now, because I'm drawing a girl doctor, I want to make it look like she has hair. Now, first, one thing I forgot to do. We also need to draw the line for the glove over here. Now, I'm going to add some hair to my girl doctor. So for this one, I think she should have her hair pulled back. So I'm going to draw a rectangle coming out from behind her head. Here we go. And then I'm going to draw a wavy line that comes out the top of her hair tie. And then I'm going to draw another wavy line that comes out from the bottom of her hair tie. If you're drawing a girl, you can make her have hair that's down or up. If you want to make her have long or short hair, go right ahead. I'm just drawing a doctor that has a wavy ponytail. All right, there we go with my girl doctor. Not sure how many of you are making boy doctors, but you could do the same thing with the straight lines in the background. Now, what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to need to grab a ruler. To draw those straight lines that are coming out behind our doctor, we're going to need to choose we're going to have to choose a middle point. That's where all the lines are vanishing. I'm not sure how many of you have learned about this in art class, but these lines that are going out behind, they need to have a vanishing point. That's where they all meet in the middle. For my vanishing point, I'm going to have it be the bottom of the neckline right here. So all lines I'm going to draw are going to come out from the bottom of the neckline. So I'm going to take my ruler right here. If you don't have a ruler, you can use anything with a straight edge, like the side of a book or even another paper, and that will work to help you draw straight lines. So I'm going to take my ruler, and I am going to draw a straight line that comes from the middle of this dot, from behind the shirt, and then goes to the edge of the paper. Here we go. Now I'm going to take my ruler, line it up with that point right at the bottom of the neckline, and then draw another line that lines up with it and comes out from behind my doctor. All right, now I'll take my ruler again, line up the edge. This time it'll be the other side. Make sure the ruler lines up with that vanishing point in the middle, and then draw a straight line that comes out from behind the doctor to the edge of the paper. Now keep doing that for a while. Line up the edge of the ruler with that dot, and then draw another line coming out from behind your doctor. This is going to make a really cool, fun background. Now's the time to get any coloring supplies that you want. You can use crayons, or you can use color pencils or markers, or anything else you might have handy. Just remember to color in nice and bold. Don't leave any spaces. If you want to add any more accessories to your doctors, you go right ahead. All right, now let's get started. All right, that is my doctor. You might have noticed while I was coloring that her scrubs started out magenta, but then I colored them purple. That's because the background had all these warm colors, red and orange, and made the original magenta color that I made not stand out and kind of blend into the background. So to make our doctor pop out a bit more, I gave her a darker, cooler colored uniform, purple, so that way she stands out more from the background. And as always, when we are done with our drawings, let's write our initials or our names. I'm going to write my initials, AF, so everyone knows this was my work of art, and then there is my drawing. Nice job, everybody. Thank you everyone for watching. If you liked my video, click subscribe below. If you want to say what you enjoyed about my tutorial or suggest what I should draw next, leave a comment below. And above all else, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.